Hi, everybody. Um, welcome to welcome to another episode of Music Talk Thursdays. Sorry, I'm trying to like set myself up right now. Um, happy. Oh, anyways, happy pre-Halloween or Halloween Eve, I should say. It's October 31st. Um, yeah, happy Halloween Eve. Very exciting. Um, so yeah, for today's episode, I think okay. Here's the thing. I don't really have a specific topic or not topic, but like I don't have a specific genre or artist that I want to talk about today. So I'm just gonna talk about random music stuff because why not? I think it's just easier to do it that way than, you know, picking a specific like, oh, let's do this artist, let's do that artist, whatever. So let's get started. First of all, happy fifth birthday to one of Ariana's best albums ever, Positions. Absolutely amazing album. That album deserves so much more. Well, deserved so much more. Wow. Um, listen, I've been an Ariana fan for like, oh my gosh, I don't even know. I've been a fan of her since like literally like her Victorious days. And I've been here for like all of her album releases from like yours truly up until Eternal Sunshine. So I've been here for a while. And I think out of all of her albums, Positions has to be her top 3. Because for me at least, her number 1 album will always for me be Sweetener. Sweetener was a great, great, great album. And there that album genuinely deserves so much more. Like, I don't think you guys understand. That is truly one of her best albums ever. So good. And if you saw today, because it's the 5th anniversary of Positions, they just announced that she released the okay, so if you remember back when Positions was first released, she went she did a live performance of some of the songs because we never got a Positions tour. Justice for Positions. Let me just say that. Anyways, we never got a Positions tour or like a tour for Positions. Um So she dropped like um some live performances with YouTube or Vivo, I think that's what it's called. With Vivo, um, 4 positions. So she did 34, 35, POV, she did Off the Table with the Weekend, she did Safety Net, she did POV, and then obviously she did Positions. And it was at first, it was just on YouTube, and it was like, okay, that's you know, simple, whatever. But today, on the 5th anniversary of Positions being released, surprise, surprise, the Vivo live performances got released on all streaming platforms. And guys, it is very much real because I saw it on Twitter this morning and I was like, no, that has to be fake. Like, people like to lie. People like to lie. So like I don't know who to believe, what to believe, whatever. Until I opened Apple Music on the Metro North and I saw it is very much real. It was under like where it says live albums. Guys, it's real. It is so real. And I was like, "Oh my gosh, I could finally I don't have to go on YouTube anymore to listen to it because I always go back to that performance. Like, it's that good. But I don't have to go back to YouTube anymore to see it or to listen to it. I can finally listen to it on Apple Music. And it's definitely now that release, it's definitely probably gonna pop up on my like replay at the end of this year. Which maybe I will also do an episode, like, sharing what my, like, Spotify slash Apple Music replay looked like this year. Um, because I've been oh, So, yeah. Actually, you know what? Let's get into that actually. Um, for the Apple Music's, Spotify replays, they come out at the end of this year, so around December, which is in 2 months. So, every year I like to make positions. You see that album is stuck in my head now. I like to make predictions about what I think my top artist is going to be that year. And for Apple Music at least. Because, like, here's the thing, this year, I was using Spotify for, like, half of the year up until the semester started, so about August or, like, September, I stopped using Spotify and I started using Apple Music again because I have both. So, yeah. Um, so, like, for half of the year, I've used Spotify, and the other half of the year, I've used Apple Music because I will be using it for the rest of this year. Um, but for at least Apple Music, for the past about 3 years now, my top artists, I kid you not, every year, and I can show proof right now on my phone, my top artists for the past 3 years have been Bad Bunny. So, the question this year is, will he be my top artist again? Because I'm gonna be so honest, it is a very tight battle right now between him between Bad Bunny, K-pop group, ATEEZ, and oh my gosh, ignore my nails, guys. This nail kinda popped off before it came up here. But it's it's between Bad Bunny, Rauw Alejandro, and ATEEZ being my top artists this year on Apple Music or Spotify. So it's a tough list this year. But who do I think it's gonna be? Honestly speaking, I think it's gonna end up being Bad Bunny again. And you wanna know why? It's because of his album that dropped. It is 100% because of the album that he dropped in January. Ever since that album has dropped, I kid you not, I listen to that album at least once a day, once or twice a day. And then from there, I literally just end up listening to like his whole discography. Like literally a couple of days ago, I listened to one of his albums in the car, like front to back. Like I didn't shuffle it. I played from the first song to the very last song that is on that album. And then after that album, I went to his new album and I played that album front to back in the car. So it's a tough battle this year. But also at the same time, sorry. Rauw Alejandro could be a potential for my top artist this year because he also released a new album, which I will get into after I talk about this. Rauw Alejandro also released a new album this year. He released like the, I guess, second part of Cosa Nuestra. Um, and the album is good. And I've also there was a like one point, um, I had his music on repeat. Like I would also listen to him like every single day. I would listen to like one of his albums at least once or twice a day. My favorite of his, of course, being Vice Versa. I love that album. Um, so yeah, it's sorry guys. So yeah, it's a tough battle. But then that's where ATEEZ comes in, and they can also be a potential for being my top artist this year on Apple Music because they also released a new album this year. Well, because like I would say they kind of technically they kind of released like two albums this year, but like the second one was kind of like I take it as like it was more of like a deluxe version of the album because it was the same songs that were on Golden. It was Golden Hour Part 3, by the way. It was the same songs that were on Golden Hour Part 3, and then all the members had their own solo songs. And then the title track for okay, because the deluxe version was called Golden Hour Part 3 in your fantasy edition. So it was the same songs that were on Golden Hour, so like Lemon Drop Masterpiece, XYZ, all that. And then they had the title track for that at least called In Your Fantasy. It was the full English. It was like a full English thing. But So then they released that, and then they released, like, all the solo members' tracks, and then they added at the end of it, they added In Your Fantasy again, but it was, like, the Korean version of it. So, that also released this year. So, basically, my top 3 artists in general, which are, again, Bad Bunny, Rauw Alejandro, ATEEZ, they all released something this year. So now it's kind of like, okay, who is gonna take that top spot this year? But like I said, I'm gonna be so honest. I honestly think that it's gonna end up being Bad Bunny again. Because like I said, I've listened to that man too much for him to not be my top artist. So it's like, what else? Like, I won't be surprised if he's there. If anything, it's probably gonna be that Bad Bunny is gonna be number one on my top artists. My number two is probably gonna be, I'm gonna be so honest, guys. My number two is probably gonna be ATEEZ. And then my number three is gonna be Rauw Alejandro. But we will see. I will get back to that, you guys, on that when the Apple Music replay drops. Um, and as for Spotify, I don't really know. It might also be Bad Bunny, who knows? But we shall see who it ends up being. So, like I said, I wanted to get into Rauw Alejandro's new album that just dropped recently, um, which is like the second part of Cosa Nuestra. So let's talk about it. He released the album. So good, guys. I kid you not. Is I will say it is a very different sound from the first part of Cosa Nuestra. Like completely different. Like the sound, I mean, is different because in like the first one, there was like he did a lot of like there was a lot of like reggaeton and all that. Cause that's like normally what the type of music he makes. So it's like, okay, fine. But this one, it was, I kid you not, he had one reggaeton song on that album, and it was with Nango Flow and Yandel. That was the only reggaeton song he had on that album. But um it was mostly like, I'm trying to think of how to describe it. There was a lot of like, I wouldn't say traditional, but like it kind of was. Um like traditional sounds of Puerto Rico. Like when I say that, I mean like bomba, plena, XYZ, all that. Um you could tell that that man made that album in Puerto Rico, and like absolutely, we love to see it. He also had some dembow. He had a dembow song with J1. Pretty good, pretty good. And then the one that like I've been waiting for him to make music in this genre for the longest now. He finally released like more of him like singing like salsa basically. Um because if you listen to the last Cosa Nostra album, um he released like his version of Tu Con Él, which was originally a Frankie Ruiz song. Um but he released like his rendition of it. And guys, I got to hear that rendition of it live twice because I saw him at Global Citizen and he like not gave a preview of it. Cause I mean, if you're Hispanic, you would kind of already know what that song is. But like he sang it at Global Citizen and like he said himself, like, yeah, this is gonna be on the album. Um so I heard it live twice. So he sang it at Global Citizen and then he also sang it when I saw him in concert, like a couple months after Global Citizen. And I was like, man, like I really wish he could release more salsa music because he for some reason, I don't know why, like his voice just fits so well with salsa. Like, if he could release a whole salsa album, I would tune into that because his voice fits perfectly when it comes to salsa music, and when he dropped the second Cosa Nuestra, and I saw there was, like, 4 songs back to back to back to back with literally just, like, all salsa, I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is amazing. I love this." Um, so yeah, that album was really good. I think everyone should give it a listen. What I am hoping though is I hope he goes on tour for this album and it's not like where he didn't go on tour for Playa Saturno. Justice for that album too, for real, because he did not that album did not get the love it deserved. Um, so I'm hoping he goes on tour because right now he's doing his Latin America tour. Um, so I'm really hoping he comes to the US to do a tour for this album because you best believe I will very much I'll be there at that tour, like, for sure. Um, let's see, we have about 15-ish minutes left, so I guess I'll do a quick little ad break. Um, yeah.
Iona University Radio.
Sorry, sorry, guys. Quick little mistake made there. Sorry.
This is WIUR Sports Radio.
Guys, I clicked the wrong thing again. Okay, I'm just gonna do I'm just gonna do the ad read myself. Um, I don't know what a paper is, but if you want to have your own show on here, please contact either the WIUR Instagram or contact our president, Robbie Basil, so you can get more info about doing your own show on here. You can honestly talk about whatever. Like there's shows about music, there's shows about sports, shows where there's literally just talking, like a casual conversation. Um, so definitely, like, if you wanna do that, please come in contact with somebody, whether that's Robbie, contact someone on the Instagram, or stop by the studio in Murphy, on the 3rd floor. So someone would hopefully be in there and help you to get started on having your own show. So yeah, that's a quick little ad read for today. Sorry about the misclicks I just had. I was like not specifically sure which one said what. I'm gonna be so honest. Um, maybe I should check that out after this. Anyways, um, let's get back into the show. Um, next thing I want to talk about is the random apparent drama going on between Charlie XCX and Taylor Swift. Now, I will say this, it is a very random drama because I don't even know how they got associated with each other to start. So, a little random, but it's fine. So basically what happened was, we all know Taylor released her new album. Um, I forgot the name for a second, but it's Life of a Showgirl. Um, and we know Charlie's most recent album, Brat, whatever. So basically, apparently, um, okay, so when Charlie XCX released Brat, she has a song on there called wait, what song was it? Um Sympathy is a Knife. Sorry. It blanked out for a second. So Charlie has a song on Brat called "Sympathy Is a Knife," and there was a lyric in it. Um, she's like, if you've heard the song, you might. Well, yeah, if you've heard the song and you just have social media in general, and you probably know what I'm about to say. But she has a lyric on "Sympathy Is a Knife." It's like, she's talking about like, "Oh, couldn't even be her if I tried," whatever. But then there's one lyric. She's like, "Don't wanna see her backstage at my boyfriend's show." Like, fingers crossed behind my back. I hope they break up quick. So, when I first heard it, I didn't really think anything of it. I thought this was just like a song of like, "Oh, she has these insecurities," which that's technically what the song is about. It's about how she has, like, these insecurities of, like, that she feels like she's kind of, like, not good enough. Um, so what? Sorry. Um, so yeah, she has that's what the song is about. It's about, like, how she has all these insecurities, blah, 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 blah. So that's what I just thought about it. Fast forward to Taylor's release of Life of a Showgirl. She has a song on there. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know the name because I don't really listen to Taylor Swift like that. Not even like that. I don't listen to Taylor Swift, period. Um, so yeah, um, Taylor has a song on there and she says something about Charlie basically, which I cannot say on here because of the lyric. So um check it out yourself. Um I honestly forgot the name of the song. I feel like if I look it up, like I might know what it is. But point being is Taylor released this song. She's talking about Charlie basically in her lyric. And now there's a whole back and forth apparently between them two. I guys, I don't understand it. It's really confusing what's going on between them. But that's pop star beef, I guess. Um there was something else I had in mind. Oh, so we all remember 5 Seconds of Summer from our middle school days, right? The boy band, that everyone ran to kind of like low key, like right after One Direction broke up. Um, and then they went on like a hiatus, I guess, or whatever. Well, guess what, guys? They're back and they're going on tour, which, oh my gosh, let me tell you guys, Five Sauce made up my middle school days. I used to love them so much. Like literally, like I'm being so serious when I say like after One Direction broke up and like they stopped making music, whatever, I literally ran to 5 Seconds of Summer because I'm a huge boy group. I was a huge boy group, kind of girl group too, but like I was a huge boy group thing. I mean, that too, considering now I kind of went from I did also kind of go from the One Direction to K-pop um life thing. Pipeline, that's what it's called. Anyways, point being is 5 Seconds of Summer is back. They released, I think, did they release their album already? I'm not sure. Let's look it up, guys. Hold on. 5 Seconds of Whoa. I almost started playing a song, which I cannot do because I think it will get copyrighted. Oh, it didn't release yet, but they have 3 songs that are out so far. So, okay, the 5 Seconds of Summer album comes up. Why is my mom calling me? Um, one no. I don't know why she's calling me. Sorry, guys, hold on. So sorry, guys. Anyways, so yeah, 5 Seconds of Summer, their album comes out November 14th. So that's in a couple of weeks, low key. Not even like in a couple of days because last day of oh my gosh, last day of October is tomorrow. That's crazy. Anyways, but They have 3 songs out so far. The first one that dropped was Not Okay. And when I heard, because I started seeing it all over my TikTok, everyone was like, "Guys, 5 Seconds of Summer is back, 5 Seconds of Summer is back." And I'm like, "Are you guys lying or, like, are y'all being serious?" That was until I went on TikTok and I saw a TikTok of literally all of them together lip singing on TikTok to this new song, Not Okay. And I was like, "Oh my gosh, my boy band from middle school is back. This is crazy." Um, and then after they've released Telephone Busy and Boy Band, which I have yet to listen to, so um I will listen to it when I finish my show and get out of here. Um so yeah, they released that, and then I want to say about a week ago, um there was a post on TikTok and Instagram. It was honestly everywhere. It was a 5 Seconds of Summer post, and they were like, "Huge announcement." I'm like, "Okay, what could it possibly be?" Um, and it was a surprise. It was a tour announcement. And they're doing like this ginormous world tour. Like they're going to here, like America. They're going to Europe. Um, I don't know, but they're going to like a bunch of different places. um, and I'm so excited to see this, and I want to get tickets. I think the tickets actually went on sale like yesterday, but I don't have money for it right now. But hopefully, fingers crossed soon, I will be able to get some tickets to go see them. So, yeah. Um okay, last thing for today. Let's talk about this Tame Impala tour, guys. Wow. They did a show, I think it was last night in Brooklyn. They have another show, I think tomorrow, and then another show on the 1st. Guys, when I tell you that tour looks insane, it looks so good. He's doing so many good songs on that set list too, and I fear if I don't end up going to either the show that's happening tomorrow or the show that's happening on Saturday the 1st, I fear the FOMO is going to be so bad. Because if you have seen videos of not just this concert that's happening right now, but just like a Tame Impala concert in general, like it is a show. Like it feels so like unreal to be at one of his shows. You know what I mean? It feels like a what's the saying? Like an outer body experience. Um But I'm like, this tour looks amazing, and the set list is so good, and I wanna go, but I don't have money. So, yeah, I mean, if anyone here is listening and is interested in Tame Impala, might wanna check it out because he is currently on tour, and he has 2 more days coming up here in New York. Or was it New York and Prudential Center? I don't remember. I think it was both New York, though. I think it was both Brooklyn, Barclays Center. Um Guys, that's so exciting. I need to see him in concert. I literally do. I didn't get to see him at his last tour. So when I found out that he's doing this tour, and now I'm realizing there's only 2 days left for New York, I'm like, "Okay, what do I do now?" So I have been constantly, I kid you not, guys, I've been constantly checking for tickets. It's crazy. Um, well, I'm gonna wrap it up for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this little spontaneous thing of me just talking about music. I think I'll start doing my shows like this more to be honest. Cause I don't know, I feel like it's just easier to talk about music this way. And it's more fun instead of just sticking to one specific thing. I think the only time I will stick to one specific thing on this show will be probably when the Grammys happen, when like the Billboard award happens, like award shows or like if there's a festival, like all that. So, but with that, I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Make sure you tune in for the next one. And I guess that's it for today. Happy Halloween, guys. Enjoy, stay safe, have fun. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. So, bye-bye.